Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about unleashing fire with black tourmaline on basically a spiritual level. I'll be talking about some of why black tourmaline is a crystal that you can actually use to unleash fire upon your enemies. And as cool as it sounds, it's mainly against people who are doing black magic with you, so too bad to them because it just goes back to them. But I've actually found and tapped into a new way of using black tourmaline, specifically with the sunlight for people who especially are under the effects of black magic or being psychic attacked, etc. If someone's doing something really bad with you, you can use your black tourmaline to send it back. And that's something I've been finding out from several people who have been getting black tourmaline from me, because I don't talk about my black tourmaline necklace on my videos enough, so I'm going to make a push to talk about it more. I sell a black tourmaline necklace at $777, and it's on my website, and there's real people who have real testimonies about having all these different black magics that people have been doing on them, broken in half, anything that someone's been doing with them through some kind of psychic attack, anything. It just stops. It fully stops. And I work with these people, and people who get the crystal from me, if they're under the really bad psychic attack, if they're under really heavy curses, I'll have the person put the black tourmaline in sunlight. And I've always just instinctually done that. I've realized, okay, selenite's a really good way to cleanse black tourmaline because it's consistent, okay? So let's just say you're not under curses, you're not under psychic attack, you're not under spiritual warfare. And with spiritual warfare, if you initiate curses, if you initiate black magic, it's going to hit you because you've already conjured it upon yourself and you're sending it back and forth, and now you're just basking in the energies versus just sending it back so you don't have to really deal with it. When you send it back, it's 100,000 times more effective than anything you do. Like anything. Now, and we live in a world where people find black magic and they're like, okay, cool, I get to use it against my enemies. And for the people who are just not doing anything wrong, when they get a black tourmaline necklace from me and they're just on their path to doing right, nothing gets through the tourmaline necklace. Nothing. When you're wearing the black tourmaline necklace, nothing is getting through to you. If you're properly cleansing and charging it, especially with sunlight, which I'm about to talk to you right now. Some people are like, oh, crystals. I mean, I'm not going to address these people for too long because these people need to pick up an elementary school or middle school textbook and then flip through the pages and realize that crystals are actually minerals from the ground that do real things. If you take black tourmaline and you put it in front of your 5G phone that's actually killing you, it stops the 5G from going into you. Yay, you can do that for your pets. You can do that for, even when I have family, when they're watching television, just there's so much negative energy pouring out of the TV. I will make a longer version of the black tourmaline necklace I have on my website because it's next to clear quartz. It's based on the properties of it being amplified by the clear quartz in between it. So my website's floridastoneman.com, by the way. But I'll put it in front of the TV and it will block the 5G electromagnetic radiation. It'll stop energies from getting through from the TV because you better believe it, when you're watching the TV, you're getting the energy sucked out of you. I haven't really said that in other videos, but I've realized people are not piecing it together. I'll talk between lines and be like, yeah, careful what you watch on TV. But guys, you're getting the energy sucked out of you watching TV, especially a certain news when you're just seeing bad news left and right. When is it ever all good news, you know? But black tourmaline, if you're under spiritual warfare, if you're under heavy spiritual attack, it's going to be your best friend ever. And I know for a fact, because people who get black tourmaline from me and cleanse and charge it properly, and they ask me, oh, are these people still cursing, hexing me, etc.? And I'll talk to my angels and I'll be like, nope, no one's cursing you, no one's hexing you. It's basically your mind. It's 100% your mind. If you constantly think someone's hexing and cursing you, then you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be more than cursed. You're gonna be cursing yourself. It's gonna be the worst thing you do to yourself because you're manifesting a curse for yourself. It's awful. Don't do that. If you assume you're cursed, then you're cursing yourself. I'll make an entire video about that because there's some people who live their entire lives under fear and paranoia, and it actually attracts paranormal activity and other crazy events because they're putting off such a frequency and energy of fear to the point where they're just attracting everything that they don't want to attract into their life, including blockages that usually someone else who's cursing you would pose upon you, but you're posing it upon yourself because you believe someone's always cursing you, and you're screwed because, yeah, you're screwing yourself. What do I mean by screwed? Because it's a new energetic term I'm talking about in my videos. It basically means you're twisting a screw into your life, into your energy field, into your aura, and it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and even if you pull it out, it's going to be very painful to pull out, and it leaves a giant hole. So I have a new definition of screwed, energetically screwed. Yeah, It actually makes sense. It's really helpful because there's different kind of energetic problems in people's lives, and that's what you guys do. So over time, it'll just screw in, and then and then there's a giant hole, and then after the screw is pulled out, you have just a hole. You have to fill a hole, and that's usually with abundance crystals or just anything else. It has to do. You can't just remove the curse after you, or even on yourself. You can't just remove all the negative energy and just be in your wrecked situation without replacing it with positive energy. That's what other crystals are for, such as citrine, green aventurine, black tourmaline. They all go very well together because they get rid of the curses and they invite in the blessings. Now let's talk about another scientific standpoint reason, and this is online. So black tourmaline, not only does it block 5G and from your phones really hurting you, but black tourmaline is piezoelectric. But we're going to focus on the pyroelectric part. And basically, we're just talking about pyroelectric because I'm not going to throw you guys off. I'll talk about the piezoelectric in future videos. But pyroelectric obtains to its abilities to produce and hold an electric charge when heated, physically stressed, or squeezed. What does that mean? What that mean? Basically, because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about its physical benefits or effects, because I am a spiritual channel. Disclaimer: I'm not talking to you about any healing benefits physically. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm talking to you about the spiritual benefits, and the pyroelectric properties do apply to its spiritual benefits. So yeah, when it comes to black tourmaline, if you want to get fiery with your enemies and fiery in spiritual warfare, all you have to do is protect yourself by cleansing and charging it in the sunlight. So let's talk about this in a few things. There's different layers of tourmaline. So there's the tourmaline that you have, and I've been teaching this for a long time, and it works. You put black tourmaline in your windows, dark entities are not getting in your windows, especially if it's next to selenite, or if you don't have it next to selenite and it's being cleansed and charged by the sunlight daily. There you go. Even if it's cloudy outside, the rays of the sun are still going through to the stone, and it's getting that charge. So, and that's even the thing. Like people are like, I can't cleanse the charge by crystal because it's cloudy outside. Well, the UV rays still go through, and the sun's energy still goes through the clouds. You ever pay attention? Some of you will get very sunburnt on a cloudy day, and you're like, what is it? Yes, science. Science is real. I'm not making fun of any of you. I need you guys to be on the same page because I don't want certain things being a mystery to you guys. Spirituality and science go hand in hand together. These crystals are something else. Now, and if you'd like your own black tourmaline necklace, again, it's on floridastoneman.com. But let me talk about this. I noticed, because I'll work with someone who, let's just say someone, and if you guys ask for help after getting a black tourmaline necklace from me, especially, and you want to know how to really channel them energies of that tourmaline, most of the time, all you have to do is wear it. Even people who don't believe in anything, when they put on black tourmaline, it changes their life regardless. It's going to change your life if you're on the right track. If you're not doing dark and if you're not overwhelming your own tourmaline, it's gonna help you. That's the wonderful thing about black tourmaline. Now, what else about black tourmaline? Pyroelectric. What does that mean? When you put it in the sun, it actually has a new property emerges from the tourmaline. It becomes fire tourmaline. It becomes fiery tourmaline. It becomes a tourmaline that can unleash fire. It literally holds the sun's energies. If you're not familiar with how strong the sun is, stand in the sun for about a few hours. Actually, don't do this, guys. Stand in the sun on a hot day or just on a not hot day for about 10 minutes, and you're going to change skin color because it's that strong. If you put a glass of water in sunlight with water in it, it's enough to kill a good portion of the bacteria and other things in it as well. Especially, it depends where you are, etc. But the UV rays, etc. goes into the spiritual properties of black tourmaline. Now, this is very advanced. What does all this mean? It means when you are under heavy spiritual attack, or maybe you're not under spiritual attack. Maybe your own self is attacking yourself. Because this does happen, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. But if you find that you are your own worst enemy, and you put on black tourmaline, and you're putting on the selenite, and it feels like your own worst enemy, or your shadows are kind of slowly fighting themselves, and it's painful. You're like, I just want to rip this out. Maybe you're a warrior to the point where some people can't have their traumas, their just past lives, any kind of deep hidden dark roots that might be in that person, rip it out, because some people can't take it. But for the people who are just like, I suggest for those people to put their Tourmaline, or even their Obsidian, for example, because this works with Obsidian as well. You put your Obsidian in the sunlight, and your shadow's coming all the way out. It's coming all the way out. So you put your Black Tourmaline in the sunlight, and you put it on, and you're your own worst enemy. Ooh, you better believe it's going to be a fiery confrontation of inner blockages. This, if you're someone who's a good person, you don't have anything to worry about because it's just repetition. So you'll put it in the sunlight for about, you can put 3 to 5 hours. I suggest 5 hours. If you want to be brave, 6-7 hours. Don't put the Tourmaline necklace on right after you put it on. After it's out in the sunlight, because I've done that before, and I've actually, it was a really hot, one of the hottest days in Florida, and I put my Black Tourmaline necklace on, and I kind of seared myself like ahi tuna, and I put the Tourmaline on. I'm like, I'm like, oh cool, it feels good. I'm pyroelectric. But it felt so good to put on it because I felt all the shadows, just any kind of baggage I had during the day, I put it on. And what if like you and I'm biased to the point where I'll have different pairs of Tourmaline in the sunlight and different pairs of Tourmaline charging. So I'll constantly have a pair to swap out. So I don't ever have to wait for the sun. I don't ever have to wait. And don't you wait for the moon. If you're cleansing your Tourmaline with moonlight, then it's gonna work super slowly, and it's not going to be very helpful unless you just like the feminine energy of the moon, and maybe you're using your Black Tourmaline to tap into a deeper aspect about yourself in a feminine way on an intuition level. Maybe you're using your Black Tourmaline to match your yin and yang energies and your experiment. Depends on what you're doing, because that's the thing. I'm not going to say, no, don't ever use moonlight. Don't rely on the moonlight. Use selenite until the moonlight comes out. Don't wait cleanse and charge your Tourmaline daily. Tourmaline is the ultimate life changer. It's so easy to change someone's life with Black Tourmaline. Black Tourmaline, and let me talk to you about Black Tourmaline as a bracelet versus Black Tourmaline as a necklace. When it comes to spiritual war, and when you're under spiritual attack, it's going to benefit you the most as a necklace. Why is that? It's because, let's say you get attacked. If someone cuts your arm off, it's going to hurt, but you're going to live. If someone cuts the other arm off, you're going to hurt. It's going to hurt and you're going to live. Now, a bracelet goes on either the left or the right, or even both. Okay, but keep in mind, the bracelet energies has to work all the way up to the crown, back down the other chakras, etc. Sometimes when you're under heavy attack, that's not enough. That's flat out not enough. If you ever pay attention to certain animals in the wild, they'll go for the throat. When it comes to the spiritual realm and people send you spiritual dark entities, maybe a earthbound spirit. Some people use fae. Those are really easy to get rid of, but very easy. A little bit of iron and steel, and they can't do anything for eternity on this plane. But I'll teach about that in a different video. Fairies are very easy to get rid of. Yeah, fairies are real. Check out other videos about that. They're weak. They're flat out weak. But when it comes to lesser demons, or even a demon who's a little bit higher up, which I doubt you guys have, it's not common for someone to have a higher level demon going after them unless you aggravate like a certain group. And even then, like there's certain ways to send the demon back, or other things. There's different things you can do for that, especially with the help of certain things. I'm not going to get into that on here either, but it's really easy. That's why I suggest for you guys to work with angels, because when you work with angels, you're working with beings of light who can't be double bitted. So sometimes I've seen people will contact a demon and send the demon after someone else. If the person's just a flat out dark person and they know what they're doing, they'll just bid the demon higher and send it straight back. I'm not going to get into that, because when you're watching my channel, I teach people nothing but just working with angels, and angels are very fierce against demons and whoever send them as well. Those people will drop like flies, literally drop like flies. But like I said, I'm not getting into that. Tourmaline's even effective against the influence of a good amount of demons as well. The higher ones, it takes a little something extra, but if you are completely doing something wrong, it's gonna lower yourself. So most of you don't have to worry about that. Like I said, the problem with people sending you black magic when it comes to hexes and curses, they'll send you earthbound spirits. Most likely that person has no idea what they're doing. They just saw some kind of YouTube video like, haha, curse them, hex them, they made me mad at work. Send it back by putting your Black Tourmaline necklace on. And why is it? And you put it in the sunlight, then you wear it. Or you have an alternate pair and you'll swap it out, then you wear it. Wear it when you go to work, wear it when you're at home, etc. You'll start feeling calm, grounded, and safe, and you'll feel very secure, and that means whatever's on you just got released. Or sometimes you'll have a dramatic release, and you'll just see something leave your house. Now, why is it stronger as a necklace? It's because your crown chakras, your third eye chakra, your throat chakra is up here. What's the bracelet gonna do when it's all the way up here? It has to work all the way up the arm. But when you have it and you feel, okay, let's just say you feel like you're under attack spiritually of the throat chakra, then you'll get a black tourmaline closer to being a choker. Yeah, because black tourmaline has a 3-layer stage, especially with sunlight. It's completely amplified with sunlight. 1, black tourmaline acts like a barrier. Remember how I said it's strong enough to block 5G from killing you? Yeah, it's strong enough to block even some of the strongest earthbound spirits from doing anything with you. Anything, absolutely anything. Even lower level demons can't get past the tourmaline because they're lower level demons. Now, that's 1. That's the barrier effect. Now there's the absorbing effect. So let's just say something got through. Something got past the barrier protection of the black tourmaline. Something slipped past and it hit you. Or something just slipped past and it didn't hit you. It absorbs it before it hits you. Especially on the right. Well, especially on the right and on the left, because your yin and your yang are different. Your left side receives energies, your right side projects energies. As a necklace, it's actually doing both. It's yin-yanging the energies of tourmaline on your higher chakras. Now, the third effect of black tourmaline, especially when cleanse and charges in the sunlight, because the sunlight cleanses and charges. It does both cleansing and charging, if I haven't made that clear already or in past videos. But when it comes to black tourmaline, the third effect to it is, let's just say, you've already absorbed a curse before you put on the black tourmaline. You put the black tourmaline on, it literally vacuums the energies of the curse and the black magic into the stone so that you can cleanse and charge it. How awesome. What happens when the black tourmaline's full? Then you're just dealing with the energy in the stone. You need to get it off the stone ASAP. Don't let anyone touch it, especially kids. But it's pretty easy. Wear black tourmaline as a necklace and you're going to have a lot easier of a life and you're going to see very big changes. You don't even have to worry about people doing black magic on you, especially if you're cleansing and charging it with sunlight, which literally, it holds the power of the sun. It's solar charged tourmaline. This unleashes fire upon negative entities and energies and entities. One thing you can do as well, if you want to get if you feel like, hey, I would like to send not even just even a particle of negative energy back, you can put like just the smallest part of any little tiny atom of negative energy. If you feel like I don't want to deal with that, like not even an atom, even if it's far away from me, and just slap it back very hard and viciously, put the oil of agrimony on your black tourmaline. You have a vicious combination there. It doesn't get stronger than that. It does not. If you want to see testimonies of what black tourmaline does, especially as a necklace, go to my website, floridastoneman.com. It's vicious. It is very vicious against negative energy. If you're doing good, and this is how I can tell certain people are on the right track and doing good. If you're not doing anything wrong, and people are hexing and cursing you, and you wear the black tourmaline, the people hexing and cursing you will get smoked. Flat out, spiritually smoked. If you're doing stuff a little here, a little there wrong, maybe you did a little black magic and you're wearing the tourmaline, it's absorbing the energies you're trying to put off, and it's actually getting overwhelmed before it does anything, so it's not really helping you. I've caught certain people doing that, and it literally blows up in their face, because black tourmaline will always side with goodness and light. Crystals will always side with goodness and light. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section if you like your own black tourmaline necklace, because it's something that's just going to change your life. And I've changed so many lives with one simple necklace that I put on my website alone. In the future, I hope to put more on my website, but check out the reviews, check out the testimonies. It's real people with real pictures and real stories, and it's awesome because I really do get to make a change in people's lives, a giant change, with just a simple necklace that you cleanse and charge properly, especially with black tourmaline. This is a life-changing necklace. Let me answer this question before anyone asks it. What about if I just have it near your desk? Well, it's not working on your skin, because when it's on your skin, when it's directly on you, it doesn't... Remember how I used the example of it having to move up your arm? When it's directly in front of you, it has to work at a distance. It's not going to be as effective or as quick. Now, eventually, I'm going to add more black tourmaline into my crown, because if you can't see it, there's a whole bunch of crystals in my hair. Like, my hair is like a nest of crystals. But if you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!